A new season of the Life series was all but confirmed this week, and personally, I am very excited. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, everyone. I'm Chaotic Good, and today I'll be going through everything we know about the upcoming season, as well as some of my predictions. First off, you might be wondering what I'm talking about. In a recent stream, Gem, Impulse, and Green discussed an upcoming project, with Impulse alluding to it being a Life series season. There have also been many other teasers and hints dropped by other former members. So, with that out of the way, let's talk predictions. The first thing I want to discuss is the concept for this season. By studying previous seasons, I noticed a pattern. As you can see, the concepts for the first, third, and fifth seasons all revolved around a three life system, albeit very different three life systems. On the other hand, the second and fourth seasons had a different life system. In Last Life, it was a random 2 to 6 lives to start, but players had the ability to give lives, and in Limited Life, it was a 24-hour timer, with deaths losing time and kills regaining it. Therefore, I think that this season will follow a unique life system, just like seasons 2 and 4. I know in the past Green has been wary of using a system where deaths lose hearts, not wanting to encroach on lifesteal's territory, but perhaps a modified version of that system may work. Another idea that I really like is one that's like a reverse double life. Instead of having someone who you share your lives with, you have someone you have to kill each episode, or you both lose a life. This system would probably require a higher starting number of lives, or a way to win lives back, but I think it could work. I love the idea of a season where everyone is the boogeyman. This leads me very nicely to my next question. Will there be a boogeyman or boogeymen this season? Assuming I didn't completely correctly guess the system just now, I think that there will be a boogeyman. If we analyse previous seasons again, you'll see that the boogeyman follows the same pattern as the Life series as described earlier. Boogeymen have only featured in seasons 2 and 4, and I think this is due to the concept of the boogeyman working well with the life systems used in those seasons. Therefore, I believe there will be a boogeyman this season, but perhaps one with some variation. Perhaps multiple boogeymen going after the same target and racing to get them first. Another thing to consider is potential alliances this season. With the possible exception of Third Life, the average alliance size has again followed the same pattern as mentioned earlier, with larger alliances like the Southerners and the Family being seen in Last Life and Limited Life. This obviously indicated that alliances of a similar size are likely in this season. However, it's entirely possible that the system for this season makes the solo life a safer one, so we'll have to wait and see. The next thing to consider is who will win this season. I recently watched a very interesting video on this very topic, and I found it quite insightful. If you have any interest in the Life series, I recommend checking it out. The main factors to consider when determining who will win are previous rankings and lethality. The clear winners when it comes to previous rankings are Scott, Pearl, and Impulse, with a whopping 11 top 5 finishes between them. However, Scott and Pearl have both won a season, and there has yet to be a repeat winner, leading me to believe that Impulse is a strong candidate this season. The other factor, lethality, plays a less impactful but still significant role in determining the winner. Players who get a lot of kills often put themselves in danger, which is why they rarely win. However, if a very lethal player was to be a little more cautious, they could be a powerhouse. The list of most lethal players is very similar to the winners list. In any case, the players with the most average kills are Martin, averaging 5 per season, Scar, Scott, and Joel averaging 6, Green with 7, and Gem with 8. It's important to note that Gem has only played one season, so while she could be a lethal player, there is not as much data as other players. However, I still think she's a strong contender. The only other person on this list who has not won yet is Joel, another big name. So, based on this data, I'm predicting either Joel, Impulse, or Gem to win this season. Another thing to consider when determining what this season will look like are the members that will be participating. I think we can guarantee Scar, Scott, Joel, Etho, B-Dubs, Big B, Graham, Martin, Jimmy, Impulse, Tango, and Cleo, as they have all played in all 5 seasons. I also think we can guarantee Skiz and Pearl, who have only missed one, and Gem, as she contributed to Green's teaser. This leaves Ren, who has been absent from the last 2 seasons, and Mumbo and Lizzie, who only ever played in Last Life and Secret Life. I think Lizzie is a definite no due to her absence from YouTube recently, and Mumbo and Ren are both unlikely. The only other consideration in this factor is potential new members, which I think is unlikely but possible. Tell me in the comments who you would love to see in this next season. Another factor is the length of the season. The average season has lasted 8 episodes or sessions, and I think this will continue, especially as they will want to wrap things up by the end of the year. The final thing I want to raise is Jimmy's curse. If you aren't aware, every season until Secret Life, Jimmy was the first person to be eliminated. In Secret Life, however, he was able to break the curse, and personally, I think it will stay broken. I believe Jimmy has improved as a player and will be able to stay in a little longer this season. So, to wrap up, I am predicting an 8-episode season with a unique life system, including a boogeyman, with all former members except Ren, Lizzie, and Mumbo, in which Impulse, Gem, or Joel wins, and Jimmy does not come last. Just to finish off, I wanted to let you guys know that I've been working round the clock on this video because the first hint was dropped on Sunday, and as an Australian, I didn't see it until Monday, and I assume that the first episode of this new series is dropping on Friday. So it's been a real push to get this one out, especially as I've been working full-time this week. That said, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know and maybe consider subscribing to let me know you want more of this sort of thing. If you do, please check out my other videos on the Life series. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.